now present George Edwards in Frankenstein. Baron Frankenstein had taken refuge on the ship Voyager, which was icebound somewhere near the North Pole. The Baron was weak and ill, and the captain and his officers did their best to restore him to health. Gradually, he told them his story, and he explained to the captain of the attempts he made to create a man.
Do you feel able to tell me any more of your story now, Baron Frankenstein?
Somewhere out in those wide wastes, there is something which must be destroyed. The thought of it is driving me mad. If only I could regain my strength. If only I could continue my quest.
Please do not distress yourself. The surgeon tells me that you are making an excellent recovery. I want to hear about your great experiment.
Well, I told you how my fiancée, Elizabeth, and my friend Ernst Claval and myself waited in the laboratory during the violent thunderstorm, while up above us, exposed to the full fury of the storm, lay the lifeless body which I had made. For a full hour, we watched, and everyone seemed to be agitated. My servant Julio crouched in a corner, and ever and anon cast fearful glances up above. At last, the hour passed, and I motioned to Julio to move over towards the pulley. Ernst and Elizabeth followed me, and I said, "Come, Julio. The body has been there for a full hour now. It is time to lower it." My hands are trembling with excitement, for soon I shall know whether I have created a man.
Stop. I make one more appeal to you, Victor. Do not proceed with that experiment. When you bring that body down, I beg you to destroy it.
After experimenting on it for months and months? Oh, what you ask is too much.
I also add my pleas to those of Elizabeth.
Well, I must turn a deaf ear to your pleas. Help me with this pulley, Julio.
I will, my master, but I am afraid the devil stalks abroad tonight.
Ah, that is nonsense. I am a scientist. I am conducting an experiment. Now lower it gently.
The storm seems to have abated a little.
I seldom remember a worse storm. The thunder is still pealing. It is a fitting night for devil's work.
This is not devil's work, Ernst. It is an achievement in the field of science. Now, roll the body off the lift. Come on. Gently, Julio. Over here. Fast hand. Close, all of you.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to unwrap the bandages. We'll start here.
Nothing will happen. Nothing can happen. Oh, I feel that I must pray. Please do not let this creature have life.
We should all pray. It is not too late to stay your hand, Victor.
I feel sure that I am on the verge of success. I am removing the wrappings now. Look!
The storm is increasing again. It sounds almost as if the voice of the heavens is protesting.
Look, Captain Face. It is horrible.
I did not mean the face to be like that. I thought it would be beautiful. The skin is all drawn tight. It is awful. Oh. This is ghastly. There is no sign of life. Wait. I will remove the other bandages.
I have never seen the hideous, bestial face. No creature like that could have life.
Elizabeth, what ails you?
Darling, I swear I saw them float you.
The eyelids did move.
No. We must be dreaming. The horrible creature is looking at us.
No. It has closed its eyes again. Julio, darken the room. The light is too strong.
My master, let me take this hammer. Let me destroy the creature.
You heard my orders. Lower the lights.
I will obey.
Look. It is raising one arm.
It has life. My experiment has succeeded. I have created life. I am the greatest man the world has ever known. No other man has had such power. Victor, this is too horrible. Destroy it now. Destroy it now would be murder. Although this creature is terrible to look upon, it is a man. It has life. It has feelings just as you and I.
Can it speak?
Not yet. It must learn to speak. Just leave it to learn.
That awful noise.
What are you going to do, Victor? I was prepared for the success of this experiment. So there is a room all in readiness for my creation. Unlock the door of that room, Julio.
I am afraid. Let me destroy this creature.
Come, Julio. You helped me to create this man.
It is not a man. It is a monster.
It is moving. It is struggling into a sitting position. Have you unlocked the door of the room, Julio?
I have, my master.
Then help me. We will move the creature into its abode. We will lock it in there. It will be your charge until tomorrow, Julio. Remain here in the laboratory. Remain just outside the door. Do not enter the room yourself, and do not let anyone else enter.
I will obey.
Oh, this is my creation. A man which I made with my own hands. The creature seems to be able to focus its eyes now. It is looking straight at me. Oh, it looks awful. I shall train it myself. Come, take the other arm, Ernst. Let us fix it to walk across the room. No, I cannot touch it. There is much I would do for you, Victor, but I cannot touch that monster.
I feel that I am going mad.
There is no need to be afraid. The creature is helpless. It can barely walk. You help me, Julio. Take the other arm.
No, do not make me touch it.
Do as I say. Look, I have taken one arm. Now, help it off the bench. Take it across the room. Carefully. It can barely drag one leg after the other. I have never seen anything so horrible. I admit I am disappointed in the appearance of my creation. It seems that in gaining life, the skin has become stretched tight, and the features have coarsened. Still, the creature has life, and that's the main thing. Now we will place it in the room. Careful, Julio. Now, help me. Help me. Get it on the bed.
The bed is not big enough. The creature seems to have become smaller and bigger.
That is the extraordinary thing. Probably caused by the electricity. Leave it on the bed. Now come outside. I will lock the door. You take the key and keep it, Julio.
I am glad the door is locked. I feel safer now.
I feel a strange and almost overpowering sense of triumph. In my wildest dream, I had not hoped for success. And I...
Victor?
He has fainted. No. I feel strangely weak. Help me to get out of here. Let me go to my room.
Baron Frankenstein, your story seems extraordinary. What became of the dreadful monster which you created?
I felt weak and ill that night, and Elizabeth and Ernst helped me to my room. There, I fell into a deep and troubled slumber. I awakened in the morning to find both Ernst and Elizabeth standing by the side of my bed. As soon as I saw them... Ernst? Elizabeth, what are you doing here? We were worried about you. Oh, I remember now. My great experiment was a success. I must go to the laboratory at once.
Victor, I beg you to destroy that creature. Just as you gave it life, so you can take that life away. I know that you will never be happy while the creature lives, and I know that I can never be happy. For the sake of the love you bear me, for the sake of the happiness which we desire, I beg you to destroy the creature.
Elizabeth is right, Victor. Your experiment was not altogether a success. You hoped to make something beautiful, and the result has been a hideous monster. A monster which you cannot unleash upon the world, or it will be forever upon your conscience. Perhaps you are right.
I know we are right. Please, Victor, if you love me, you will do what I ask.
Well, I will dress at once, and then I will go over to the laboratory and make arrangements to do away with the monster. You shall come with me.
I will not go.
I will go with you, Victor. Good. Then if you wait for me downstairs, I will join you.
It seems that you regretted your somewhat rash experiment, Baron Frankenstein.
I did, Captain Walton. And I feel happier when I had made up my mind to destroy my creation. I dressed hastily and went downstairs, where I found Ernst waiting for me. We walked across to the laboratory and entered the room, and then I called Julio. Julio! Julio! It is strange that he does not answer. I ordered him not to leave here. Look, the door of the room where you put the creature. There is no door there. It is wrenched off its hinges. What could have happened? Look, there in the corner. What is it? Let me see. Why, it is the broken body of Julio. The broken body of Julio? Yes, look for yourself. Oh, this is horrible. Let me look in that room. Is there anyone there? The room is empty. I am too late. The monster has escaped, and in so doing, he has murdered my servant. I have unleashed a horror upon the world. I can speak no more of the matter at present, Captain Walton. The memory of that horror is still too vivid. I beg of you, let me rest now.
I will let you rest, Baron Frankenstein.
I feel that I have not the right to sleep. I should not rest, but I must regain my strength.
Try and sleep now. I will send the ship's surgeon to you, and tomorrow I will come and speak with you again.
We now present George Edwards in Frankenstein. Baron Victor Frankenstein is relating his tragic story to Captain Walton of the good ship Voyager. The vessel is icebound somewhere near the North Pole. Frankenstein is taking shelter there. He told the captain of the creation of the monster and of events leading up to the monster's escape and the murder of Julio.
You look much better this morning, Baron Frankenstein. I trust you had a good night's sleep.
I feel better, thank you, Captain.
Tell me, what happened after you discovered the body of your servant Julio?
I recall it quite clearly. My friend Ernst Claval and myself were in the laboratory. We found that the door of the monster's room had been burst open, and there was the broken body of Julio lying upon the floor. We bent over the body, and then Claval.
So you realize, Victor, that you have unleashed a monster upon the world, a killer?
Anybody's life may be in danger. We must make a search immediately. I will organize a search party. All the peasants on the estate can join in the search. I now realize the enormity of my crime.
I will aid you, but I do not know what Elizabeth will say when she learns of this.
What are the authorities going to say? How am I going to explain the broken body of Julio?
You will have to tell the truth to the police.
But they will not believe me. They think I am mad.
Oh, you were mad to attempt this experiment. I am only sorry that it has succeeded.
Elizabeth will be appalled when she hears this news. I will search for the monster, I promise you. But I do not think there is anything further to fear, Ernst. The monster will perish. I wish that this were only a dream, some horrible nightmare, and I could awaken to find it was not true. Poor Julia's body proves the truth of what has happened. I know. But somehow my fear has vanished. I am going to seek my own happiness now. Oh, how can you talk like that when the monster is at large? The monster will be found. If not, he will perish. Let us go to the police.
Tell me, did the police succeed in finding the monster, Baron Frankenstein?
They did not. The search went on for days, and still there was no trace of the monster. But my hopes were high. I felt sure that the creature had wandered away somewhere in the hills, and there perished from cold and starvation. There came a day when I had almost forgotten the monster, and my experiments, they seemed like some dim dream of the past. I sought out Elizabeth, I feel sure that we will have no further fear of the strange creature for which I was responsible. I am asking you now, will you marry me and come away to England? Let us take a long journey together.
But Victor, does your conscience allow you to leave here? Are you sure that nothing further will be heard of this horrible creature?
Oh, it is some months since the monster disappeared and nothing has been heard of it. It is safe for me to go now, Elizabeth.
How long shall we be away?
For at least 6 months. Then we shall return here and settle down in my home. Oh, please say that you will marry me as soon as possible, Elizabeth.
There is only one request I have to make of you, Victor.
What is it?
My sister's child, William, needs a home. His mother is very ill. His father is dead. Can he come and live with us?
Well, of course. I am very fond of William. We shall adopt him, and he shall be as our own child.
Oh, you are very kind, Victor.
Oh, I am just a man in love with a beautiful woman. Now, let us go and tell your father. We will be married very soon, and we shall make all arrangements for our journey to see.
Well, Baron Frankenstein, I trust you are not too tired to continue with the story?
No, I am just marshalling the facts recalling my happy marriage, those glorious few months in England, and then my return home.
How long did you remain in England?
For 8 months. We had a delightful holiday there, and I returned to my ancestral home, and my wife and I settled down. During our absence, we had left the child William in charge of a nurse, whom we called Justine. She was an old friend of the family. She had known my wife for years. A few days after our return, Justine approached my wife. And I said,
Master William desires that I should take him out for a walk. Do you think the weather is clear enough, Baroness?
Oh, I think the child could go for a walk. What do you think, Victor?
by all means, the sun is shining brightly now, although there are clouds on the horizon.
Clouds under the horizon. Thick black clouds. I fear there may be a storm.
Oh, just such a storm as one.
Please, Victor. We agreed never to talk of that.
Well, may I take the child for a walk?
Yes. Just a short walk down to the lake, Justine.
Tell me, Justine, do you like the child? Do you think that young Master William shows promise?
He is rather a David child, with a very strong will of his own. But I am fairly strict with him.
Oh, you must not be too strict with him. Remember, we were all young once.
I will remember that, Baroness.
All right. Take him out now. But do not take him any further down the lake. If there are any signs of an approaching storm, bring William home at once.
I will, madame.
Tell me, Elizabeth, what do you think of Justine?
Oh, I have known her for years, my dear. But you do not seem to like her.
She is rather a grim and forbidding woman.
Oh, in reality, she has a very kind heart.
Come over here, Elizabeth. Look out of the window.
What is the matter?
Look at those strange black clouds on the far horizon. They fill me with a sense of grim foreboding.
Victor.
Clouds gathered like dust on the day that I created the monsters.
Victor, do not think about it. The monster is dead. It is 12 months since she disappeared.
But is she dead? The body has never been found.
Darling, do you not think we would have heard if the monster had still been alive?
I suppose so. Did you hear that?
Thunder in the distance. Oh, I hope Justine has the intelligence to bring William home before the storm shows signs of breaking.
Why am I seized by this nameless fear? That thunder frightened me.
Darling, do not think of the past. Let us talk of something else. We know that your friend Ernst is due tomorrow. We hope he stays with us for some weeks.
I will be glad to see Ernst again, but in a way he will remind me of the horrors of the past.
Oh, you must do your best to forget. You must try and forget that the monster ever existed.
I must tell myself that. I created the monster, and now that monster is dead. I will never see it again.
Victor, what can I hear?
That dreadful sound. Strange, dragging footsteps.
The footsteps are approaching this door. Oh, Victor, I am frightened.
The footsteps have stopped.
Victor, what can it mean?
Look, Elizabeth. The door is opening slowly. So slowly. Frankenstein, my master. We meet again.
The monster.
This cannot be. I told myself that the monster no longer existed. It is many months since we have met, my master. And now all that you desire. I can walk. I can move freely. I can think. And I can speak. Where have you been? Living in the woods these many months. Watching other folk. Learning to speak as they speak. And almost dying from intolerable loneliness. I come to make terms with you, my master. Terms? What mean you by that?
Victor, he looks too horrible. That awful face. Those long, shambling legs. Tell me it is not true.
Calm yourself, please, Elizabeth. I am an object of hatred and scorn and derision wherever I go. You did this, Frankenstein. You gave me life, but a life which is filled with misery. All men, all women turn from me. Why did you give me life so that I may suffer? If I had a gun, I would put an end to the life which I gave you. I would destroy you. I do not wish to die. I wish to live. I wish to be happy as other men are. Why? What do you ask of me? You made me. You gave life to me. Now make a mate for me. A woman who may share my life with me. What you ask is impossible. It shall be my mission in life to destroy you. Did you not kill my servant? That matters not. We will talk of this again. I have come to make a bargain with you. Give me a companion, someone to share my loneliness. Why should I not know happiness as others know it?
Victor, you must not grant his request.
Fear not, Elizabeth. I will never grant it. So be it, Frankenstein. You and yours shall suffer for this. What mean you by that? I killed one man, and I can kill others. And unless you heed my demand, unless you fashion for me a mate, then you and all your family will suffer. I will kill them just as I killed that man. I will kill all who stand in my path. I will leave a trail of death and destruction wherever I go. But I will not kill you. You shall live on until I bend you to my will. The creature shall rule the master. Foul monster. I shall kill you now. That puny mannequin.
Victor, be careful.
He is not dead. He laid his hands on me, and I hurled him away. Rise to your feet, Frankenstein. I am powerless to destroy the thing which I created. You are powerless. We shall meet again. You have refused my demand, but you shall hear from me. Farewell, Frankenstein.
Victor, do not go after him. He will kill you.
Elizabeth, what can I do? You heard his threat?
Let us gather the villagers together so that by uniting we may destroy him. One man cannot prevail against him, but many will succeed in killing him.
You are right, Elizabeth. I swear that the monster of my creation shall die tonight.
Did you succeed in finding the monster that night, Baron Frankenstein?
Ask me no more now, Captain Bolton. I am tired. I must not overtax my strength. Let me rest now.
You will rest now, and I will write the notes of your story in my journal.
So be it. Come to me tomorrow, and I will tell you of the horrors which befell me.
We now present George Edwards in Frankenstein. Baron Frankenstein is taking shelter in the good ship Voyager, where he is the guest of Captain Walton. While the Voyager was icebound, Frankenstein told the captain some of his tragic story. He told of the creation of the monster, of its escape and return.
I trust that you had a refreshing sleep, Baron Frankenstein. You certainly look much better this morning.
Thank you, Captain. I slept very well, and I feel that my strength is gradually returning.
I am glad to hear that. Do you feel inclined to tell me some more of your story?
Well, I remember telling you how the monster had returned. He had learned to speak, and he begged me to make him a mate.
Yes. One cannot help feeling a little sorry for him. I know what it is to be bitterly lonely.
I also know, but the monster rushed out of the house when I refused. My wife and I discussed the matter. I sent for the burgomaster and begged that his officers would look for the monster. Some little time later, the storm burst in all its fury. The rain came down in torrents, and the thunder roared. My wife approached me anxiously.
Victor, do you know that Justine has not brought little William home yet?
I had almost forgotten about them, Elizabeth. Are you sure they have not come home?
I have searched the house. We have asked the other servants. They have seen no sign of them.
Dear, this is most disturbing. You instructed the woman to come home before the storm burst.
They have been out for a long time. Do you think we should go and look for them?
They only went to the edge of the lake. They cannot be far away.
I am worried, Victor. You know the monster is loose out there. Suppose that he wants to attack William or Justine.
Oh, there is no fear of that. Undoubtedly, Justine and William are taking shelter somewhere.
I hope that you are right. But Justine, you have returned. Where is William? How can I tell you? Victor, where is William?
I took him to the lake, and I was playing with him there. He ran away from me. He went into the woods. It took a long time to find him, but I failed. I called his name time and time again, but there was no reply. The storm burst. I became panic-stricken. I have been out in the rain searching for him. I fear that he may have fallen into the lake.
Victor, you must go at once. Find the burgomaster and his men. Tell them to forget about the monster. They must find William.
I will go now. Have hope and courage, Elizabeth. I am sure that I will find William somewhere.
Madam, how can I ask your forgiveness? I swear that I meant no harm to come to the child.
You should have stayed with him, Justine.
If any harm has come to me, I will never forgive myself.
Well, go and change your clothes. to have it through, and then come down here. We will wait patiently for Baron Frankenstein to return. Ah, Victor, you have not gone
I
yet.
am taking some of the servants with me. I have left word here that if the burgomaster and his men return, they are to look for William. Wait for me, Elizabeth. I will return as soon as possible.
Well, Baron Frankenstein, did you succeed in finding the child?
Well, for 2 hours I searched, taking my faithful servant with me. We wandered through the woods, calling the child's name, but there was no reply. At last, somewhat dispirited, I returned home to find my wife and Justine waiting for me. As soon as I entered...
Victor, is there any news? Did you see any sign of William?
Not a sign.
He must have fallen into the lake, and it was my fault.
Victor, I am distracted. What can have become of William?
I do not know, my dear. Did the burgomaster
He
return?
has not been back yet. The storm is abating.
Yeah, it is passing. We will continue our search all through the night.
Yes. I hear men's voices.
So the burgomaster is returning. Bring him in here, Justine.
As you command, Baron Frankenstein.
Oh, I blame myself for this in a way. Victor, we should never have allowed Justine to take William out today.
She should have taken better care of him. She should never have allowed him to stay out of her sight.
What is that?
A woman screamed.
Victor, what can it mean?
Burgomaster, what has happened? Who screamed? I am calling to tell you, Baron Frankenstein, that a tragedy has occurred. My men have found the body of the child, William.
William is dead?
Yeah, the girl Justine saw his body when we were carrying it in. My men are holding her. Elizabeth, I do not know what to say to you.
Burgomaster, tell us what has happened.
I only know that we were searching for this monster of whom Baron Frankenstein spoke. During the course of our search, we looked through some rushes on the edge of the lake, and there we found the body of the boy William. He was lying face downward in shallow water, and he was dead when we found him. Did you send for a doctor? Yeah, we did, but the doctor could not have helped in this case, Baron Frankenstein. Do you think the boy tripped and fell into the water? I think that he was pushed into the water. And I think Justine was responsible for the crime.
Oh, no, you must not say that.
You have been away, both of you. But it is common talk here that Justine disliked the boy. She was always scolding him, and she told people that he was a difficult child. And we think that in a fit of rage, she pushed him into the water. Oh, I do not think that is possible. Well, let us have the girl in here and question her now. But my wife is grief-stricken. She need not remain here.
Let me go and look at the body of William. I will send Justine to you.
Very well, my dear. But do not distress yourself. Please go to your room and rest.
I feel that I shall never be able to rest peacefully again.
I will wait here with the burgomaster. Tell him to bring Justine in here.
Very well, my dear.
I know this is most distressing for you, Baron Frankenstein, but I have my duty to do. And if my suspicions are correct, then Justine will be arrested. Tell me this. Did you see any sign of the monster? Any huge footprints? No, we did not. The rain was coming down in torrents. No footprints would be left. Oh, bring Justine in here.
Why have these men seized me? I have committed no crime.
Hear me, girl. Is it not true that you were always scolding the child?
He was a wayward child, and as he was in my charge, I had to correct his fault.
You are a woman of unbridled temper, and at times you have been known to strike the child. Why, this is news to me, burgomaster. She has been seen to strike the child.
That is not true.
That is true. Will you admit that at times you have struck him?
Yes, I have struck him, but merely because he deserved it.
You had no right to do that. Hear me, Justine. Is it not true that in a fit of rage, you pushed the child into the lake?
That is untrue. I swear I did not push him into the lake. He ran away from me. He went into the woods, and I could not find him. You must believe me.
We do not believe you.
Baron Frankenstein, you know I would not kill the child.
Address your remarks to me, Justine. Is it not true that in a fit of rage, you pushed the child into the lake, and then you were afraid of your mad act? You wandered around in the rain for hours and pretended you were looking for him.
It is not true.
Did you quarrel with him today?
I was angry with him for running away from me. And I said I would slap him if I caught him.
You terrified the child.
I did not kill him.
I am going to arrest you and charge you with the murder. You will stand your trial in due time.
Baron Frankenstein, I appeal to you. I swear that the child came to no harm at my hands. I have served your family faithfully and well these many years. I did not murder William. You cannot believe it of me. I beg that you do not allow him to arrest me.
Burgomaster, I think you are being rather hasty. I cannot believe that Justine pushed the child into the lake. It is my duty to arrest criminals, and I suspect her of having committed the murder.
You are a stupid man. There is no proof that I did it.
We will find proof.
What has happened?
Oh, Elizabeth, you have returned?
I said I wanted to know what was happening here. And I thought that you should go and look on the body of William.
Justine has been arrested. The burgomaster thinks that she killed William.
Baroness, save me. Do not let them arrest me. I did not kill the child. You believe me. You must believe me.
Burgomaster, why did you say that Justine killed the child?
Who else would have done it? Wait here. I wish to go and look on the body of the child. Do not take Justine away until I speak with you again. Very well. We will wait for you, Baron Frankenstein. I will return in a few minutes. Now, Justine, it will be better for you if you tell the truth. If you confess, then there may be a chance of saving your life. But if you persist in your denial and the court finds you guilty, then you will surely die.
But I am not guilty. And I know the Baroness does not believe that I am guilty.
Perhaps the Baroness is not aware that at times you struck the child.
Is that true, Justine?
I had to correct his fault. Never at any time did I strike him hard.
Oh, you had no right to strike me.
I go to my knees before you, Baroness. I swear I am innocent of this charge. Please help me.
Enough of that, Justine. You shall receive a fair trial. But I am convinced that you are guilty. Hey, Burgomaster, this girl is not to be taken from the house. What ails you, Baron Frankenstein? She did not murder the child. What? How do you know? Did you not observe the marks upon the child's throat? He was strangled. The marks were the same as those upon the throat of my poor servant Julio. I am in reality the murderer of that child. Baron Frankenstein, what tragedy you have faced. Well, even now, when I think of it, I feel that I loathe that devil. But I cannot die yet.
Will you tell me some more of the story?
Not now. Let me just rest for a while. Come to me later, and you shall hear further details of my tragic life.